reality tour. My name is Sylvia Kowalski. I am a telescope operator here at the Very Large Array, and I am thrilled to show you around our control room. So as you've seen through this tour, I'm sure you noticed that a lot of people, supplies, and resources are required to ensure that we keep an instrument of this size operating continuously. It is the job of the operator to constantly control and track everything that is happening at the VLA site. Now, the things that we do day to day can really change, but in general, our duties fall into two categories. One, technical. We do control the telescopes from here, and we have to monitor their health. And two, we serve as site manager, and this job requires a lot of skills in communication and leadership. So let's dive right in. What does a typical shift look like? And as an operator, what am I actually doing in this room that has an amazing view? Well, 80 to 90% of the time that we have available in a given week is dedicated to doing science. That means we are collecting astronomical radio data for the astronomers from around the world who have been awarded time by our time allocation committee. And as an operator, I can do that using the operations monitor and control software that you see here on these screens. So as an operator, if I'm working a shift that is dedicated to science observing, that process will start with the OST. This is a software tool called the Observation Scheduling Tool that allows me to pick the absolute best science observation for the current conditions. So those are things like, the date, the time of day, maybe the priority of the observation, but also things that are in flux, cloud cover, wind speed, atmospheric stability. So once I've picked an observation that is suitable for the current conditions, I ensure that I have a science observing log ready. This is incredibly important because this is the way that I, as an operator, can communicate directly with the astronomer in case there are any anomalies in their data. So once I have observation, I have my log up and ready, I press go, and then the name of the game is to monitor every single antenna and every single subsystem of every single antenna. It sounds like a lot, but our software makes it really easy, which is great. This screen here allows us to look at the motor health and the movement of the antennas. These screens here allow us to monitor and track the health of our cryogenically cooled receivers and the liquid helium systems that keep them so cold. I can also dive into each individual antenna and the individual radio frequency and microwave electronics to make sure that everything is functioning correctly. Through the entire observation, I'm monitoring the weather to make sure that it stays within specification. We're making sure that not only are the individual components functioning, but does the telescope as an entire system, is it functioning correctly? And last but not least, we monitor the function and health of our correlator. The correlator is our supercomputer that allows us to take the data from the 27 individual telescopes and synthesize a much, much larger telescope. Oftentimes, many of our subsystems do exactly what they're supposed to do, but not all the time. But that's okay, that's why we're here. We have quite a few software tools that allow us to remedy, I'd say maybe 50% of the problems from right here in the control room. If that doesn't cut it, then we're calling engineers on site or maybe waking them up in the middle of the night for guidance. Once the observation is complete, we will send this completed and detailed log to the astronomer, and within a matter of minutes, they can download their data directly from the Science Data Archive. So that's kind of a gist of what a science observation focused shift looks like. But 10 to 20% of the time, we're focused on more maintenance and testing activities. We'll often still be required to monitor the health of the instrument because the telescopes will be in use for many of the tests, but we're also focused on communicating with maintenance crew members. We track where they're going on the array to make sure we know where everyone is. We'll track the progress of maintenance projects and also assist with troubleshooting individual engineering problems. Whew, it's a lot. As you see, there's literally never a dull moment in the control room, but I think that gives you a good taste of what happens here. I want to thank you again for stopping by and hope you enjoy the rest of your tour today. Bye!